By now, all of you have heard about the $100,000 fee that the Trump administration is looking to impose for H-1B applicants. Signed into a proclamation on Friday evening. Since then, on Saturday, we've gotten a number of updates when it comes to this potential policy change. The first thing that occurred is that Karoline Leavitt, who is the press secretary of the United States, made a few clarifying points on her Twitter account, or now known as X. She stated that, to be clear, number one, this fee is not an annual fee. It will be a one-time fee that is assessed on a new petition. Two, those who already have H-1B visas and are outside of the country right now will not be charged $100,000 to re-enter. H-1B visa holders can leave and re-enter as they normally would, regardless of what occurred in yesterday's proclamation. And three, she stated that this new fee only applies to new visas, not renewals and not current visa holders. Most interestingly, in the last sentence of her tweet, she stated it will first apply in the new upcoming lottery cycle that begins in March of 2026. So with this statement, it created a domino effect of news. There was a level or a sigh of relief by many of those who were outside of the country. However, interestingly enough, after this tweet that was published by Karoline Leavitt, there was a subsequent policy guidance or policy memorandum that was issued by USCIS to try to further clarify the current situation. One thing that I will note before I tell you what USCIS said is that there's a little bit of a contradiction between what USCIS stated in their policy memorandum compared to what Karoline Leavitt published on Twitter. In this present circumstance, what the government said in the USCIS policy memorandum is that the proclamation only applies prospectively to petitions that have not yet been filed, with a cutoff date being 12:01 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time at September 21st of 2025. The policy states that the proclamation does not apply to aliens who, one, are the beneficiaries that were filed prior to the effective date of that proclamation, two, are the beneficiaries of currently approved petitions, or three, are in possession of validly issued H-1B non-immigrant visas. This is where things get a little bit confusing, at least for myself as a practitioner, because Karoline Leavitt's tweet stated that the first application of all of this was going to be in the next upcoming lottery cycle. However, USCIS's statement made it very clear that the cutoff date still applies for September 21st of 2025. So with this bit of a contrast, there is still a little bit of an unknown how these guidances will apply. But one thing I do know for sure is that for anybody that I know that is an H-1B holder presently outside of the country, I usually recommend it to them that at this time they really should be returning home to the United States where possible. I also caution that a lot of people who have upcoming travel should really reconsider leaving the United States at this time. Because at the end of the day, the most defensible position to be in is to be physically here in the United States. So regardless of the policy changes, usually you will have more options than individuals who are outside of the United States. Given the ever-evolving landscape of what is going on with this H-1B visa fee, I recommend that every single person keep in touch with their immigration attorneys or reach out to an immigration attorney to figure out how these changes could apply to them. I will also recommend that you keep abreast or make sure that you are on top of the latest and greatest news when it comes to some of these things related to the H-1B visa fee. A lot of this is coming in real time, and it's coming in every 10 minutes, 20 minutes, maybe even every hour. So bear with us here, follow us here on our social media to make sure that you are getting the next update and some of the insights that we are gathering as we see these publications come out. It's very fascinating to watch how all of this is rolling out so quickly and how much has already changed since the initial signing of the proclamation and the live stream that President Trump had with Stephen Lucknett when it comes to this announcement for the proclamation. to really make sure that you know what is going on, I really do recommend keeping in touch and making sure that you follow us here on our YouTube channel or on our social media.